So I'm in. Are you still in Friday? Or is it Friday
No,
over
I
there?
am Saturday morning. This is Saturday
Okay.
today.
So for me, it's Saturday night, about to be
Okay.
Sunday in a couple
So
of
we
hours,
so we are 15 hours ahead of each other, but in the same day.
but in the same day. Okay,
Mhm.
well, no, because in 3 hours from now, I'll be Sunday. You'll still be Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, so like let's say like from my 12 to your I don't know, maybe 12 or 6 in the afternoon, it would be like the same day basically. My day would change over into your day.
Yeah,
But you will
yeah,
be day instead of night, and I will be night morning type of thing.
that
Okay.
type of vibe. That
Yeah,
type of
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
vibe.
got you. So my morning now would be your night.
Yeah, yeah, because yesterday I think we are still a bit confused after yesterday because
Yes.
uh yesterday you thought it was still gonna go on last night.
Yeah, yesterday morning I messaged you, but I
Yeah,
get you
saying
were at your brother's party and I
yeah,
misunderstood that part.
yeah, yeah. So I was surprised. I was like, oh
Right.
crap, man, it's still, you know.
Right. Which would
Uh,
have
so,
been my Friday morning and your Friday night party type of thing.
huh?
It would have been my Friday morning and your Friday night with
Friday night
the
party.
party. Yes,
Exactly,
yes, yes,
exactly,
yes.
exactly. And that's why I was
Yes.
saying I couldn't do it in the Saturday morning because this morning, like I'm not gonna wake up early after a birthday
All
night,
of that,
you know.
But I am surprised, well, that you look refreshed. You recover really quickly.
Oh yeah, I'm still not the biggest drinker. I don't like those things, man.
Yeah.
Like, tell you the truth, man. Like when I drink, I'm drinking very conservatively.
Mm. It's true. I had a drink after a long time a few weeks ago. Oh gosh, it took me 3 days to fully recover. Mind you,
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
all
thing
of
is
that.
like, yeah,
Killer.
I honestly feel like I'm drinking rocket fuel. Like, that's what it tastes
I
like.
agree with you. I agree with you. Yo, that shit is crazy to recover from. So
Facts,
I never liked alcohol, honestly. So
facts.
kudos to people who drink it. They're
Yeah,
good.
kudos. Like, yo, they strong. I tell you that, they strong.
Exactly. I am about that. I try to keep my vibrations on a really good level. So that is a one instant vibration killer right there. So that is cool.
Tell me
I'm
about it.
keep it.
It's all right, man. I got
Yes.
more energy than ever right now. Let's do it.
All right. Let's
Let's do it.
vibe then. So I've already started recording because I wanted the time part to like get into play so they can see how hard it was for us to actually get a set time. So I would just then officially start off starting the podcast now. Well, YouTube, because I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and
What's
then
the
you
name of
can.
your podcast? What's the name of it?
Everything is culture healing. Everything is culture
Yeah,
healing. Yeah, yeah,
Culture
yeah.
Healings. I
It's true.
like it. I
Yes,
like it.
everything is that. So wherever
I'll
you
check
want to find me,
that.
just type it. I made it really easy for people.
Before this podcast is over, just bring up let me say something about culture and healing because
All
like I really
right.
like
Boom. I like it.
before the
That
podcast
shit
is over,
is so
just bring that
hard.
up to me again, all
Got you. No problem. I'm
right?
writing it down. Really, really. I want to hear your in-depth stuff into that for
Facts.
sure.
Let's
All
do it.
right. So I will let.
She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much iconic. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't want it. She move her body like a shaman.
So, hi guys, welcome back to Culture Healing. So, today I am so excited. This is extremely long overdue. We were trying to actually podcast properly for like an entire week because he was in Australia. So, I'm going to post a video of us trying to figure out the time zone between each other. But today we will be talking about a really awesome topic. So, I will not keep it any longer. I will let my guest introduce herself and tell us about his platform and what he do. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, family? How are you guys? Peace and love and blessings. So, my
Cheers.
name is bushdocta Mani. So, what I go by, that's the name of my YouTube channel. That's the name of my Instagram. And I'm a man that's interested in holistic healing. Intuitive person. I do a lot of soul searching. I travel the world to really figure out the nature of this world that we all exist in, right? So amidst my journeys, I learned a lot about the herbs. I learned a lot about um, economics. I learned a lot about different cultures and different peoples. And you know, I do other stuff on the side, such as professional boxing, and keep like to stay fit, keep myself, like
Agile.
very healthy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, I'd say that is my like main profession, and but for the most part, my passion is really
Bringing
uh,
awareness.
bringing awareness
Mm.
and staying involved in economics because we all know that money makes the world go round. So
Yes,
I like to stay
please.
involved in economics and
Mm.
um, really forward the message of healing when it comes to holistic healing, when it comes to use of the herbs and things like that. So yeah, that's me. That's Bush Dr. Money.
Well, that being said, he has a YouTube channel. I will post his YouTube channel so you guys will be able to see his page and everything. So he set me up really good because what we will be talking about today is cryptocurrency. I had asked another podcast fellow of mine about cryptocurrency, but not everyone reversed in it. And I did not give it because I really wanted to know because I've heard and seen that things are going to be changing along this area. So with that, it led me to him, who actually trade in cryptocurrency and know a lot about it. So in this entire podcast, we will be in school because we will be learning how to trade, how to choose the right broker, where to start, everything smarty about cryptocurrency and basically what is cryptocurrency, right? So my
Mhm.
first question to him is, what is cryptocurrency?
So cryptocurrency really is, to tell you the truth, it really is nothing. So
Mm,
like when you look at economics, you have let's start off with how things are traded before the dollar, before we had like actual currencies like the US dollar and stuff like that. People use coins and or people use gold, like how they say the dollar used to be backed by gold.
mm,
That has real value. That has real value that's tied to the land. It's something real.
resources.
It's a resource. It's real. You
Mm,
get it from the land. It has actual value, and you could trade it for something else, right?
mm,
And the U.S. dollar was supposed to be based off of gold, the actual thing. But then I think it was one of the presidents of the old days. I think it was Carnegie or something like that. Basically, he took the standards off of gold and say, now the dollar is just based off of faith. It's not
mm,
backed on anything anymore. So now you have the dollar that's not being based off of or backed on anything, and that's why you see
mm,
all this inflation going on because now they're printing and printing and printing more money. It's not
mm,
backed on anything, right? So
right.
that brings us to cryptocurrency now, because
Mm-hmm.
cryptocurrency is also not backed on anything,
Mm,
but it is
yes.
something new,
Mm,
and it's you asking me what it is. Well, it's
yeah,
nothing but numbers. It's nothing
got
but
you.
data. It's data. That's what it is. And but this data is going to be the new economy.
Change. Yeah.
It's a new thing. It's going to be
Mm,
a new. It's going to replace the dollar. It's going to replace the money system. It's
mm,
going to be a new thing. So that's
okay.
what cryptocurrency is.
All right. So I got two questions. I'm just going to go in order. What is the difference between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Because they
Uh,
say that cryptocurrency have a possibility of becoming similar to Bitcoin, and that's one of the reasons why everyone is behind it. So what is the difference between those two?
no, but there is no difference. Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. So
Mm,
cryptocurrency is a whole branch of different
Bitcoin?
subcategory. Yeah, so Bitcoin is
Okay.
one. You know, just like the whole economic, just like currencies, you have the US dollar, then you have the Jamaican dollar, then you have the Trinidadian dollar, you have different type of currencies. So in cryptocurrency, you have different type of cryptos. So you have Bitcoin, you have XRP, XLM, you have you know, different type of cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin is the one that's most valuable. For one coin, it's about 9,000 US dollars is for one coin is what it's right. But when you dive into the world of cryptocurrencies, there's a lot to learn, because if you knew about the potential of Bitcoin when it wasn't even $9,000, let's say when it was $30, and say you bought, you know, 10 Bitcoins. Well, now it's 9,000. You know, that little investment of $30 would have made you a lot of money by now, right? Nice. So right now we're in an age where you have a breakdown of the global system, which uses USD. Man, I'm trying not to get too far ahead here. I'm
That's
trying not to
okay.
get too
Take
far.
your time. That's fine. Whatever happens. Don't even rush it. Do you?
All right.
Yeah.
So what we saw is that we missed the potential in Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin still isn't the best.
Right.
Because Bitcoin isn't being used by utilities. It's not being used by stuff like MoneyGram. It's not being embraced by the government, basically. So the government isn't like, you know, throwing it into their financial systems, because Bitcoin cannot be centralized. If it can't be centralized, then that means banks don't got any use for it. Banks want power. They want to control things.
Banks is about the tangible and not really the intangible, basically.
The banks are about the intangible, because banks do credit what is credit? Credit don't exist. You know, like when you go up and you sign for a loan, that loan does not exist until you approve for the loan, and then they type those numbers in, and we know that money is created. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is that when you go in and you get a loan and you get credit, they don't move money from one bank to another bank. All they do is type it in their system, and then you get that money. So it's fake. It's a credit. It's nothing but digital assets. It's talk. It's all talk. It's all talk. But all that talk is making them money.
Right,
you know,
right.
So now you're in debt off of something they never gave you in the first place.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. And with that, they add interest on it as well.
And then they add interest on something they never gave you. It's just created. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we're on the same it's like the same opportunities here, because Bitcoin is valued at so much, but like I said, the governments and societies, they're not embracing it. And they also don't embrace it because they don't know who the creator is. The creator is a man named Satoshi, but Satoshi, America is afraid that Satoshi is a Chinese person, and they don't want to put all their investments into a Chinese technology called Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? They don't trust it. So what they're doing is they created their own currencies, you know, i.e. Ripple. And Ripple is now being centralized. They have agreements with the banks. They have agreements with not only American banks, but world banks. And we're talking about Brazil. We're talking about India. They're global. And now they're working with PayID. They're working with MoneyGram. They're working with Western Union. And right now, Ripple and XRP, they're worth what Bitcoin was worth when Bitcoin was a baby.
Wow.
And you see where Bitcoin is now.
Yeah.
So,
you know, can see that.
Put the dots together.
Yeah.
If you put investments into things that are being utilized by actual governments and societies, not things that sound good, not things that you believe in just because of your faith, but things that the government and the banks are actually investing in, then you know that's gonna make you
Where are
money.
you going to go? Yeah, because they're not gonna, as you said, uselessly invest in something they're not gonna profit from. So I got you. So if I wanted to start trading, well, not trading, start small in the Bitcoin industry, what are the steps do I take?
So what you want to do is you want to buy fractions of the Bitcoin. So unless you're a baller and you could buy a couple coins, because remember, one coin you can run it off to $10,000. One coin costs about $10,000. So if you got a couple 100,000 in the bank, and then you could go buy some coins. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not as fortunate as having $100,000 in the bank, then you're gonna have to buy fractions of the coin. And there's different brokers out there that offers this to such clients, and there's even individual coin owners like there's a guy our community might know of called Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus actually and other investors actually do sell fractions of the coins that they own, right? So then you could have 2/3 of a coin or a half of a coin, and then you could trade from that. But what I do is, like I said, with me personally, I'm not really interested in Bitcoin because I feel like the value of Bitcoin is.
Sorry, I asked you about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
My bad. I meant cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna still put that part in it as well. But my bad. My apologies. My apology. But continue. You could finish that, and then you could always answer it with cryptocurrency as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Bitcoin is it's you can still make money from Bitcoin, of course, right? But if you want to really start at a place that's affordable for the normal income, and then now we're not going to look at Bitcoin that's valued at $10,000 a coin. We got to look at the other one that has the same potential, if not more, than Bitcoin. Because remember, Bitcoin isn't working with MoneyGram. They're not working with the institution of society. So now we got to look at stuff like XRP and write that one down. Because XRP is one that no one knows of. And it's one that's XRP is basically, think about it this way. XRP is the oil. Ripple is the Exxon. So Ripple owns or basically are the centralized bank of XRP, which is the currency.
All right.
Now, Ripple is working with banks. Ripple is already involved with the negotiations with United States banks. They're already centralized in Brazil. They already have MoneyGram on their side, both MoneyGram and Western Union on their side. They already, are being utilized by utilities. So this is the thing now where you gotta say, what's the next step for society? Where is society going? Well, it's scary to me, but we know where society's going.
Right.
And I always tell people that what I'm doing is I'm investing in the devil to take down the devil.
Yeah.
So we all know that what they're trying to do is to get the one world currency to tie along with the one world government. So this one world currency, Ripple and XRP, is looking to be their answer for this one world currency, right? So when I say that, is that I mean that even international transactions, say you're in China or say you're in India and you want to buy something from the United States. Well, in India, they use their currency. In the United States, we use the dollar. Well, now you need Like,
Common
you
ground.
have to, yeah, you need a certain money so that
Yeah.
one thing that you could facilitate that transaction.
Yeah.
This is where XRP and this is where Ripple comes in, because it's the
Oh.
answer to that. And
Oh.
they're promoting it as the answer to that. So now you have
Okay.
international trade worldwide under one system. And that system is going to be a digital currency called XRP, or it's going to be one of those digital currencies, right? And it also solves a lot of issues, like now transactions could be completed in mere seconds. You don't have to wait the 1 to 2 days for the money to travel from this bank to that bank to this bank and then finally hit your account. Now, with cryptocurrency, with blockchain technology, now as soon as you send that money off, within seconds, it's in your account. And that's what banks want.
Oh.
You know?
Okay. Okay.
So cryptocurrencies is going to be the answer to getting payments quickly. It's gonna, a lot of times when banks and institutions sends off, millions of dollars or even trillions of dollars, a lot of the times a large percentage of that money is just, for lack of better words, it vanishes. Like say they send a trillion, then out of that trillion, maybe a billion just goes somewhere. They have no idea what happened to it. You know what I'm saying? So cryptocurrency is going to solve that problem. It's going to solve that mystery. Another thing is that it also gives the world one system, one economic system to trade with, to invest with, to use, so that now all the confusion is gone. You don't gotta convert, you don't gotta do this, you don't gotta do that. You could just know that your rupees or your yen or your what they have out there. What's the name of your currency?
Just Barbados money.
Barbados money. All right.
Yes. I will have to Google it and just put it there as a correction, but I guess it's Bajan money. I don't know.
So then, it'll just be like, instead of using that, you just use XRP, because everything else is using XRP. And then, boom, there it is, So it solves that problem.
Okay. So is crypto on the Ripple as well? Or on the XRP? Who?
So XRP. So you remember, like, when you think of crypto, think of it as currencies.
Got it.
So under crypto, it's a lot of different currencies. You have Bitcoin is one, XRP is one, and and then you have altcoin, you have VeChain. There's a whole bunch.
Okay, I see.
What you want to do is to find out which one is the one. Right? Which one is the one that's going to be the next Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's on top of the game. Bitcoin, 9,000 for one coin. The next one is called Ethereum. Ethereum is another cryptocurrency. Ethereum is about $300 for one, right? So what you want to do, the game that investors are playing right now, is they're saying, wow, look at how Ethereum went from $1 to $200. Look at how Bitcoin went from $1 to $10,000. If I could just find the right one to invest in, then that means I could turn my $2,000 investment into over $1 million. If it just rises in value the same way Bitcoin goes in value.
I got you.
So it's smart money. But what you got to do is, you can't just go off of faith and say, I'm going to put my hard-earned money that I just worked into all of this for no reason. Now you got to do your due diligence and do the research. And when I say the research, you got to say that, boom, I know that they're even talking about with coronavirus, talking about making paying off stimulus checks with cryptocurrencies.
Right.
And they said this, right? So you got to remember this, is that nothing happens by accident.
Mm.
I want the people to understand that.
They're
Is
trying to
that
push it through.
they're pushing it through.
Mm-hmm.
And coronavirus ain't an accident. The
Nope.
stock market's falling right now. It's not an accident. This economic
Please.
sabotage is not an accident.
Mm-mm.
It's all planned. And if you think that that there's going to be a loser here, the only loser is going to
It's
be
us.
us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because as the
Mm-hmm.
United States dollar fall, they keep saying, "Oh, what a terrible situation we're in. The United States dollar is falling, and this could be the worst Great Depression we've ever seen in our life."
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? The United States ain't stupid. Just
No.
remember that the United States controls the rest of the world. Let's remember
Mm-hmm.
that 80% of all the transactions in the world is done under the OCCU law, which is an American law that the rest of the world has to comply with.
Mm-hmm.
We have to use the United States dollar for these, crazy transactions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
United States dollar for it.
Yeah.
And the United States got a grip and a grasp of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you think
That this is just
they're gonna fail? You think
happening.
they're
Yeah.
gonna like
It's not. Yeah.
is the United States dollar fall, then guess what they're gonna do? They're buying up more assets.
Mm-hmm.
While the middle class families losing all their business because of
Mm-hmm.
government lockdown
Mm-hmm.
and coronavirus, the United States are buying up more assets. And guess
Mm-hmm.
what? We also created Ripple. You think
Yeah.
Ripple came out of nowhere? Ripple
Yeah.
didn't come out of nowhere. XRP
And
didn't come out of nowhere. This is the United
and not
States.
just that too. You think all the looting is just looting? You think the people are actually breaking up these people's stores? Really?
No,
Come
no,
on
they're getting
now.
paid. They're getting paid.
Exactly.
It's insurance money. They're
There
getting
we
all
go.
sorts of insurance money for it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's like what we got to remember is that the world is the stage, and they're going along the script. This is a play we're seeing. They're going with the
Mm-hmm.
script. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we just gotta like really just awaken to that, be wise to that, and decide.
Sure.
Don't so you don't fall victim or fall trap, fall in their
To
trap.
it. Yeah. Look at where they're directing their money fund. And
Yeah.
then just go right behind them with what little you have. Just go. Don't just wait to open up your own business. And then when the currency change, the currency that you have for your business is nothing. You got to start all over again. So now I've got it. Cryptocurrency is like the ladder for other currency under it. All right.
Uh-huh.
So the currency, I just want to make sure I'm on the page with you so I don't, get lost. So under the cryptocurrency, which is a pyramid, we will have Bitcoin, we will have XRP, and we will
Yeah.
have, give me two more people.
Ethereum,
Right.
altcoin.
All right.
Yeah, all those things.
Got it.
They even have weed coin. They have one, they have one meant for dispensaries. When you go
Shoot.
to dispensaries and it's like a weed type of coin.
Okay.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff, man.
Wow. All right. So as we are here, Bitcoin already all the way across it. So we don't have money as the now up and coming people to invest in Bitcoin. You really gotta get some dough, as you said earlier. So for people who really wants to get under the cryptocurrency barrier, which one would be best for us to start with?
So the ones that would be best for you to start with are the
That you can
ones.
affordable.
It's more than just being affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you could buy one that's affordable, and then the next thing you know, it goes to zero.
Damn.
It drops in value and goes to zero, and then all that money you just put in it is gone, right? So you want to go to one that is affordable, as well as we're playing smart money here,
Yeah.
right? So it has to be implemented by corporations like Amazon. I want to see Amazon working with my cryptocurrencies. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go and see, a name that I don't even I've heard of before.
Yeah.
Like, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? I want to see Amazon. I want to see Wells Fargo. I want to see Louis Vuitton. I want to see Gucci. I want to see all of those guys saying, yeah, we about to use this cryptocurrency. Because next, I want to see the banks go and say, you know what? I'm about to invest in crypto too. I want to see the banks say this. I want to see the banks say, for all the businesses that got affected by coronavirus, we'll give you bailouts in the form of crypto. That's what I want to see.
You
right?
know they ain't saying nothing like that. Where?
Absolutely, they are. Because guess what? A whole
What?
bunch of banks already got XRP, and they're
Mm.
just waiting for the value to go up,
So they
and then
could
that will
just push it out.
that's going to be bailout right there,
Wow.
right? So
Wow.
that's what you want to see, and then
Mm.
when you see those things, you say, oh, okay, looks like that's the one,
Mm.
and it's affordable,
Right.
and it's affordable, so
Right.
that's the one, right? So another one that's the one would be one called VeChain, one
The
called VeChain.
chain. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
Got it.
VeChain, realistically speaking, right? Let's talk about, because I'm gonna tell you what VeChain is, then I'm gonna tell you about why VeChain is good because of what it will give
Mm-hmm.
governments, and this is why I'm tying it all back together. Where I say you got to invest in
Mm-hmm.
the devil to take down the devil, right? Because it all comes together. Because what Google is saying, what Google, because see, as an investor, you have to read a lot
Mm-hmm.
and you have to know the direction of the world, right? Warren Buffett got rich because of his connections and because he knew where the world was going.
Mm.
So do you. They tell you where the world is going, but you think it's science fiction. When you watch that movie I, Robot, and when you watch, Transcendence,
All right,
people think it's
man.
science fiction. It's not,
Okay, it's not.
right? So where the world is going is that they're saying Google, the $1 trillion enterprise called Google, right? Google is saying by 2029, we want to link the minds of human beings to neural networking maps,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Google wants there to be something called the Internet of Things.
Mm.
And with the Internet of Things, things like this, things such as a coffee mug, right?
Mm.
Things like that will then be trackable,
Mm.
will then be on the grid, for
Mm-hmm.
lack of better words, right? So it gives them, I just spilled a little bit of that water on my
I
keyboard.
see.
Let's wipe that off real quick. So
Yeah.
that gives them more power, more control, this,
To
that, and the
track
third, right?
you. Yeah,
To
yeah,
track
yeah,
you
yeah.
down, to they're gonna say to protect you,
No, it's not.
to
Like,
protect the citizens. We need to know everything that
they're
they're doing,
already listening to you, true
and
as it
then
is.
exactly, you know what I'm
Understand?
saying?
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all to fight terrorism.
Oh,
Is
yay,
what
the good
I'm
fight.
saying.
Ridiculous.
So VeChain now is a tool
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna that's going to give them that ends meet, because VeChain
Mm.
puts a blockchain on every single thing and it puts it onto the grid of the internet. So
Mm.
why is this good to invest in? Because one, we know that's the direction of the world, but two, economically, it's sound because there's a problem with laundering.
Mm.
There's a problem with money laundering, and there's a problem with counterfeiting. And
Mm-hmm.
what do they call it? What do they call it? When you sell like fake Nike, what's the name of that? When you
Um,
when
I see what you mean. I can't remember. I can't
yeah, like
remember the name.
but like when you go and you sell
Counterfeit.
counterfeiting, yeah, is that
Yeah, I
counterfeiting?
think, but it's not Nike. They call it something, a knockoff. They call it a knockoff
A
version
knockoff.
to,
Yeah,
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 to that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a problem with that stuff, and guys like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, every type of major label or of merchandise has a problem with people making fake versions of their merchandise, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's taking trillions and trillions of dollars away from them
From
from
them.
this
Yeah.
industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? VeChain stops that,
Mm.
because what VeChain does now is it puts the history of that item on the web so it's trackable
Mm.
from its very origin.
Mm-hmm.
So now you could track the whole birth cycle and life cycle of a product
Mm.
until it reaches your door, until
Mm.
it reaches your closet, right?
Oh.
So now you can't have any more people,
Yeah. Making.
giving you fake stuff and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
that. And what
Yeah.
that's gonna do is that's gonna save Gucci, Louis Vuitton,
Mm.
BMW. That's gonna save
From
them
getting the bad
billions,
review. Yes.
billions.
Okay. Okay. Like
And
basically a tracking system to make sure you know what is happening. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
And it gives them more control. It gives them eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It
The
gives them
eagle
more vision.
eye.
Eagle eyes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
VeChain is the answer to that.
All right.
So
Okay.
that's why, and that's where the research of the investor comes in, though, because you're not going to see that on the news. You're not going to
Mm.
see that nowhere other than you going to the company, you reading
That's
the
right.
problems that they're going to solve, you looking at their meetings, and you got to do your research, and then you got to look at price action, and we see that VeChain, for example, within the last, I would say within the last 6 months
Wow.
or a year, within the last 6 months to a year, VeChain in particular rose about 400 to 600%.
Ooh.
It's insane. That's
Wow.
insane.
Even
So
though it had corona, peoples understand
it's
that.
still going up. It's still going up.
Understand.
Why is it
Yeah.
going up? Because it solved a problem, and it is the
Um,
solution
mm,
as the because it's also a currency. It's
mm-hmm.
a technology and a currency.
Mm-hmm.
So as the United States dollar falls,
Mm.
as the United States dollar falls, this is gonna be what they say. You know what? We need a great reset.
Mm.
We need a great reset, and
I
now we need
got
to put
you.
our monies on a
Let's stick
platform.
there. When he says reset, this is what he talking about. First of all, they give a lot of countries money to give people who were home. So a lot of our countries are in debt because they owe money to these people who supply money during the coronavirus to give people what do they call it? The checks or something like
Stimulus.
that. Exactly. So when they can say, well, you know what, we're gonna cut the slate clean, restart, but in order to restart, this is the area we have
So you say what they're gonna say that we need to restart, and what do
yeah,
you
to
restart?
restart. Or is this like the tactic they're basically going to be using, right?
Yeah, because the stimulus check is making problems worse.
There we
People aren't
go.
working, and then for you to get a stimulus, they had to print more money.
Mm-hmm.
Money's, remember, we started off this
Mm-hmm.
conversation saying
Yeah.
that money is not based off of anything. It's not based off
Yeah.
of gold. Gold doesn't hold its value anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're printing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's gonna collapse in no time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Right.
a matter of time. So with the
Right.
stimulus check, it's even
Mm-hmm.
worse because now they're just giving out money and nothing's being produced. Um,
Yeah, like
it's
that anymore. Yeah. So basically, the reset, continue with your reset. I just wanted them to understand what you meant by they're going to say, well, this is reset. I want them to see what it is that
so
we're going to use to say that. Right. So
yeah,
continue.
yeah. So they're gonna say that the our currency system fell, the markets
Mm-hmm.
are crashing. This is a great threat to
Mm-hmm.
um, the pursuit of happiness. It's a great
Right,
this is a
right.
great threat to
Uh,
our
system.
civilization,
Right.
our
Mm-hmm,
system.
mm-hmm.
What we
Yes.
need is a great reset,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to. The only thing that makes sense, because we already tried gold, we already
Mm-hmm.
tried silver, we already
Mm-hmm.
tried commodities, and
Mm-hmm.
we already tried this paper dollar. The only thing that
Right.
makes sense is cryptocurrency. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get that cryptocurrency, and now is the time to invest, but that's what they're going to do. That's how they're
Mm-hmm.
going to
Pushed it.
how they gonna push it,
Yeah.
and they're gonna tell you about all of the beautiful things that
Investment
crypto
areas can do for
uh,
you. Change
can
your
do for you.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Change your life. It could make transactions quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'll
You
stop
don't have
you
to
know
leave your home to do anything. You just sit in your chair and do it. The sarcasm
exactly
of this whole conversation from
all
just
of
now
that,
to
all
now.
of that,
Yeah, yeah,
all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It'll unify the world.
Of course.
It'll unify the world.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about um
Anything.
what is it called? You don't have to worry about converting from different values of currencies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can all tie onto one thing.
One
What they're
thing.
not gonna tell you,
Mm-hmm. This is
they're not.
where I would like to know. Yes. Now, this is where we go. I am just here now. Uh-huh.
So it's what they're not gonna tell you. What they're not gonna tell you is that um, it's a digital asset.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on the grid,
Mm-hmm.
right? So who controls your account? Your name is
Uh-huh.
on the account,
All right then.
but who controls your
Down to
account?
brass tacks. Yes.
And so how are you gonna make sure that your account is safe? And what do you have to do to make sure that your account is safe?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I say what you got to do is, say they come in and say you got to get a chip,
Mm.
or
Mm-hmm.
you can't do business.
Right.
Then what are you gonna do? Because
Yeah.
now that's your money in that account.
Okay
You know what
then,
I'm saying?
and check it. This is not good news for a lot of entrepreneurs that coming up. Understand that a lot of Black people are becoming aware, meaning that they're going to go into their own business. Who you think all of this trying to stop, boo? Think about it. All of this here is another ploy, and and
Mhm,
and and you're not focusing on that part. That's the thing,
mhm,
because everybody out here doing their own business right now. If they change
mhm.
that, your business can't do anything right now. So you're
Can't
back
do
to square
nothing
one, working
because
for demand. Go ahead, go
for
ahead.
the man, what we need are not what we need are businesses,
Mm,
but what we need is our businesses to form industries.
mm,
That's what we need. And we need to control the industries, because if we're an industry, then we are powerful. And
mm-hmm.
another thing that we need is to form our own damn currency.
Wow, okay. Thank you very much.
Based off
Okay.
of actual commodities. Because
Yes.
guess what? We have all the commodities.
Thank you.
We're actually blessed. Like,
In a lot of
hallelujah.
ways.
In a lot of ways. But
In a
when it
lot
comes
of
to
ways.
land, we're
Ooh.
actually blessed with everything the world needs. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, Google will not survive without that Congo jungle, because
Mm-hmm.
in the Congo are the elements, are the minerals that they need for their technologies,
Technologies.
for their cell phones.
hata mara 5 juu ukienda tu twala chakula kule ni sherti tu bakupita. Ukitika tu kwenda kule manake unajitolea tu basi.
Banakalia wale wenye wanawezaka kutumika oro. Sasa mimi mwenye sinangu wa kutumika oro.
Kamituga Gold Mine in South Kivu province of eastern Congo. One of hundreds of such mines dotted across the mineral-rich jungle of this remote region. 98% of these mines are brutally controlled by rebel militias, relying on a system of forced labor that amounts to modern slavery. There's much at stake for the rebels. It's not just gold in the jungle, but cassiterite and coltan, rare earth minerals vital to the functioning of our computers and mobile phones. Congo's combined mineral rights have an estimated value of 15 trillion pounds.
Yenye ilikuwa swali yetu sawa vile ba crazer wenye tuko chini kwa makarieri ze chini ya barabara ni selo ile yenye ulisema kusema kama ba crazer bako deminize sababu banatumika na haba profite kitu. Ni kuona benye banaji bakamata charge ya ile makarieri ni maendeleo proprietary zao banajitumikia.
Haitumiki kule chini.
Banaweza répondre.
Hakuna ordre puisque wakapiga watu kinyamanyama tu.
Much of the workforce is made up of women. These women have fled their villages due to a campaign of murder and sexual violence that has made their traditional way of life impossible and compelled them into the backbreaking labor of the mines to survive. Even here, they are preyed upon by their captor employers, beaten and paid a wage on which they can barely subsist.
Nikwenda tafuta chakula kule kupori juu watoto bakule, njoo akakutana bai bajambazi na bakamuua kule. Maisha yangu ya mbele ya vita kwa tofauti juu tukwafa tunalima ile mashamba, tunaleta ile miogo na ile sombe tunakula. Lakini tangu vile bautu balingia mupori, hatupate tena gisi ya kwenda kushamba ya kuleta ile sombe na njoo vitu tunakamatisha tu kazi ya kutwanga maiu. Juu tuone tutapata ile msaada ya kulisha watoto.
In a cruel twist, the rebels' new practice of kidnapping women, then ransoming them back to their villages, makes the women complicit in funding the militias that persecute them, and places them in debt to their neighbors, who shun them for having been raped, referring to them as Hutu wives. The debt forces them off the land and into the mines to repay their neighbors.
Kwa toka Butezi kubashimwenda kumafuta kwa kenda langula mafuta na bakatubeba mpori vitulenda mpori na bakatunyanganya mafuta zote tulikuwa kanazo. Eme na kupiga vilikuwa ibwa mandizi tu na njoka natupatia tupige na kwenda shota tu maji na kwenda shota maji tunaenda nao makuta kaliba bakatulomba mimi $1 njo tutoshe mbele kutoka kupori. Bakanitumaka mie bakanituma mie peke benzangu bakabakia 4 ende lomba makuta nikakuya lomba makuta kwenda na lomba makuta shibote nilikiaka nabo na tukaenda na lomba na makuta shefa akaenda na kongolaka makuta mwingine hivi tu watu batoke nini mpori na mpaka hivi tungaena kalana madeni zimwaza nyate amalizaka beba kwa katukopesha.
The US Securities and Exchange Commission is due to announce new rules to clean up extraction and processing of conflict minerals in eastern Congo. Many US corporates want these new rules diluted. In the meantime, Congo's unregulated gold and mineral rush, fueled by our insatiable hunger for state-of-the-art appliances and cheap jewelry, perpetuates and fuels a savage conflict, a system of slave labor and the continuing suffering of ordinary Congolese men, women and children.
Because in those jungles, it takes resources from the earth to make technology. To make that thing right there.
Yeah.
It comes from the ground.
Yeah.
Now, it not just anything makes that cell phone. They need a special thing to make that cell phone so that, they get the design they want, they get the effect they want, they get what they want from that cell phone, right? What they need is a certain thing from the Congo jungle and from the Amazon rainforest. Without that, they can't do nothing. Well, guess what that means? That means we're rich.
Ooh.
Because look at how rich Google is. Google got that rich from stealing our stuff.
Okay, then, and guess who to own now? YouTube. Understand? Okay, this is that. Understand where this is going. So if you cut off these unknown people and just have us and ourselves create this, but the issue, The issue that they've created in our community is that we can't trust each other because they created that in our mind. So we can't say, you know what, I am going to have not Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, one of those people that are for us. Not Nick Cannon, he but we, somebody else. And Jay-Z for sure is not Akon peoples, is really not Akon. Maybe Young Farah or Dr. Umar. Understand?
Dr. Umar for sure.
Okay then. Understand. Now if we get Dr. Umar to be the chain up there that said this is the currency we're going to get, this is going to be the melanated currency or something. This is how we're going to do it, blah, 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 blah. They get cut off. But we don't trust each other, so we're not going to trust Dr. Umar. So when he come out talking about we got the melanated currency.
Well, we almost did that. We almost did that just a couple months ago.
Okay.
And the West African countries was kind of, well, the world's a place still, so I'm not sure just how genuine it is. But they made it seem like the West African countries were fighting against France finally, and they were saying, you know, we want, because the monies of West Africa is actually shipped out to France and held there, and then shipped back.
Yes.
Centralized in France. It's centralized in France, and they give Africa what they feel like giving Africa, right?
Yes.
So Africa was like, you know what? Like, nah, like we're done with
we ain't about that. Yes.
As a matter of fact, we're about to come up with our own currency. And they came close to it. But then out of nowhere, they're just like, you know what?
We're not doing it no more.
We'll keep basing, actually, this is what they said. We'll keep basing our currency to the European dollar. Right?
They locked it down.
So instead of separating completely and forming their own currency, they said, you know what? We will form our own currency, but we'll base it on their currency.
That's back in their hands again. That makes no sense. You're back in their hands again. So I think what they had, they didn't have enough backup. Like if you get a lot of the conscious Black, let's say rich or wealthy, we don't have a lot of wealthy people, but let's say a lot of rich people behind them to make sure that it come off, I feel they would be able to do it. But just Africa alone, they don't have, because Africa already got infiltrated with a lot of people who trying to survive. They're in survival mode, so they're going to go to what they think that is going to be more beneficial for them. But if people over here say, you know what, I'm going to back you with this, do what you need to do, we're going to send you the resources, the protection you need, I feel like that idea will become a thing. It's going to, but they don't have backing, so they're going to falter. That's our issue. That's our issue.
Yeah, we don't have the unity. We don't have the unity
to create this.
To create this thing, you know, and you know.
And the thing is, with Google getting their technology from Congo, how do you think they're getting it and still keep being rich? They are exploiting children. They're exploiting other people.
Yeah.
You know, to do this. Now, if it's so that one of we who got money go in and say, all right, people, we want you to give us the resources, but we can pay you instead. All those children got abandoned the sites for Google and come to your side of the world because they're getting paid for their labor. Means you're going to get more.
Get people to go there and work for you because you're keeping the dignity and the humanity of them.
Exactly.
First and foremost, you know, it's like you're treating them like actual human beings.
Exactly.
Unlike Google, you know, they're actually not. Like, for instance, with they like to twist things. You remember that whole thing with the Somalian pirates?
aniga waxa suuragala adduunku inay iga haystaan fikir qaldan waxa suuragala wax badan in la iga gudbiyo waxa suuragala wax badan oo shaqo ku leh leeyahay asaga shaqo ku leh.
Well, he was really the founding father of piracy.
Never fisherman, just cashed in on the free fall.
kabacdi waxa dhacday iyagii laftigoodii xataa inay is soo hubeeyeeno ay meelaha wadamadan bariga Afrika iyo carradan inta tagaan iska soo hubeeyeen ama meelo kale ha kala yimaadeen ama Yemen ha kala yimaadeen in ayagii laftigoodii bay yimaadeen iyagoo maaragtay doonaya inay xeebta yimaadaan lagu qabto bahalka wata waardiyii ka qabteen si maaragtay aan iyagoo isleeyaan laydinka jiirin ama maaragtay meeshan ka geli lahayn baddi shaqaalii dib ay nagu soo laabtaan maalin walba iyagoo cabashaah oo baqanayo cararaya anigu waxaan ka mid ahaa markaas dadkii ay dhiyadaas keenaan ugu ayaan ka mid ahaa in waxaan la iska celiyo macnaheedu xataa markaas in la qabto ma ahayn hawn la iska celiyeeda la iska kaxay.
In April of 2013, Mohammed Abdi Hassan, better known as Afweni or Big Mouth in Somali, granted an exclusive interview with journalists at Mogadishu's most high-end hotel. He explained how he organized fishermen in his home region of Mudug to protect Somalia's coastline, the longest in Africa. Chaos had engulfed Somali land and seas after the state collapsed in 1991.
When this first started, it's absolutely true that Somali waters were being overfished by international fishing fleets, and because Somalia doesn't have a declared exclusive economic zone, a lot of international fishing fleets from Europe and Asia felt absolutely free to come in close into the Somali shores and fish illegally. So in the beginning, it was true, there was a lot of overfishing.
In the beginning, it wasn't like ransom as such. It was like fines for the fish they had taken, and they will release them almost instantaneously. It was like, then these illegal fishing boats armed themselves against this, Somalia Coast Guard. And then it's only after they armed themselves that these guys on the Somali side got very ruthless and started, fighting back.
cuntadoodii cunaan waxay weliba cunaan shay aad u qaali ah oo aan siiyaa daily oo aad u qaali ah oo la yiraahdo miro aad u qaali ah oo expensive ah weliba lacagtiisu ay tahay ayay cunaan maalinkii waxaa ku baxda 12,500 birthday waxaa ku baxda arrinku sidaasuu ku bilowday kabacdina waxaa bilowday howlgal ballaaran maadaama aan maamul jirin maadaama aanu dawladi jirin yacni waxaa iska bilowday howlgal ballaaran nin waliba u shaqo tago.
Afweni, a former civil servant, created a model that quickly outgrew the interests of the everyday fisherman. He would soon be known as the founding father of Somali piracy.
What do we do about the rampant piracy on the high seas?
So what does buying piracy insurance get you?
Over 2 million square miles of ocean.
An anarchy and yet a well-organized business of crime.
What began as an act of desperation by Somali fishermen to defend their waters swiftly evolved into a criminal enterprise.
But don't make any mistake, there may have been illegal fishing in Somali waters, but what we have now is a criminal activity that has got nothing to do with fishing whatsoever and is purely a criminal enterprise run by gangsters for profit using horrendous tactics, including killing people and torture. So this has got nothing to do with illegal fishing anymore. It's all about crime.
Gangs of fishermen found they could easily...
Remember that thing in Somalia?
So, didn't hear about it. Tell me.
So basically, you have you have a bunch of Western corporations controlling the imports and the export of goods in Somalia, right? So then, what these rebels were doing, and when I say rebels, I mean rebels to the Western system.
Right.
What they were doing is that they were sabotaging the cargo ships. They were sabotaging the imports and the exports so they could sabotage the corporations that exist in Somalia. They want to get rid of that.
So they can go to it themselves, cut out that middleman type of thing.
Yeah, get rid of the cancer. They're just trying to get rid of the cancer there. But the way they spun it is that we have these Somalian thugs who are pirates that are stealing and going on these ships and vandalizing. And I'm just like, look at how they spin
that completely.
What they're trying to do is liberate themselves from,
They're injustice to justice, basically.
Exactly. That's justice to injustice. Exactly. Right? Look at how they spin it, right?
Yeah. So this is the thing that people have to become aware of. No one watched the real news behind Africa. And a lot of people are just here using your phones. Not people, I don't mean us people who can't do much right now, right? But people overseas, you're using your phone, you're investing in Apple, Microsoft, all those different brands, right? And you could say, let us actually go over there and create our own. Beyonce have her own label company, big man. She don't need anyone right now. You good. Your fans got you, B. Just do you. If you say, listen, I done with this, your fans got you. The men all up for you. They don't care who you with and who threatening you. If somebody threatening you, I sure the man gonna pull up and protect you is a fact. That's who you are. Beyonce. You know what I mean? Get all your other friends, go over to these people and say, here, we're going to give you a certain amount of money for the resources here so we can build something, and with that your family can be better. That's all they want here. You do what you need to do. Hire somebody, a Black person, to create our version of our technology and cut that off. When you've done that, create an app that will be able to be on the cryptocurrency, and then say, Black people, this is our own money. And go from there. Just cut them off.
Yeah, absolutely. Just cut them off. Absolutely, that's the thing though, is that they're so embedded into our minds and our culture that we feel like if we cut them off, we're cutting off our own limbs. That's the problem, is that we see ourselves as them because they infiltrated our minds so deeply, But as you can see, there really is a Black consciousness that's really awakening in the world.
You read my mind. I'm loving it. You read my mind.
People are really they're really getting out of see the thing is this. You wouldn't let me just say what I wanted to say about culture healing. Right?
Yes.
Because that's how if you want to rule the world without dropping a bomb, because let's remember, when I say rule the world, I'm not talking about anything superficial. I'm talking about colonization of the world. This is the actual thing that's going on and happening. And they say we want a one world order. Bush said it, Clinton said it. That's what they're pushing, right? One world order. If you want to do that without dropping a bomb, what you got to do is you have to take over the culture of the people, because the culture is what keeps the people unified. What tells me that I belong to you and I belong to our people, and we need to keep what belongs to us, for us, right? But as soon as you infiltrate that person's culture, because your culture will tell you, the culture guides your behavior. Culture guides your thoughts, your thinking. Your culture is what tells you who you are by your history, because you don't have culture without a history. Your history forms your culture. It tells you your accomplishments that you need to be proud of. Now you can walk out in the world and be proud of who you are and proud of your people. And it's going to keep that love together. It's going to keep you together with your people. If you hijack that and then you say, you know what? You guys are not, you guys aren't spiritual beings. You guys aren't, you guys
respecting the nature.
You guys aren't one with nature, like you guys said. Not spiritual.
No.
You're not you're not a god like you said you were. You know what? You're a minority. That's what you are. So now what you do is you start to look at yourself in terms of numbers, instead of in terms of your relationship with the cosmos, your relationship with nature, your relationship with your ancestors, your relationship with your culture. Now you see yourself as nothing but a number. Well, if you see yourself as a number, then who the hell are you going to be unified with? There's nothing to unify you. You're just a number. You just see yourself as a minority.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I
so
got you.
that's how it came over the world now, is that now once you have control of the culture, now you could even take the kids away and you could put the kids in, you know, my little charter school, my boarding school. Take the kids away from the parents. The parents don't tell the kid right from wrong anymore. Now you got the state telling them that. And that's why culture really is healing, because culture gives confidence back to the people. It gives knowledge of self back to the people. Once they get knowledge of self, then they gain their identity back. Once you gain your identity, you ain't being tricked by none of these games anymore.
It's true.
It is
Boom.
all right there. You know what I'm saying? Culture does that. Because without culture, you won't even realize that everything you watch on TV is just to damn your soul. Every single thing. Because if you realize this, you can't even watch a comedy movie anymore without seeing a person get stabbed up in the neck and seeing somebody's guts falling out. You can't even watch a comedy anymore without seeing some type of explicit, gory violence.
Yes, please. They're
desensitizing you and taking the God out of you. You know what I'm saying?
To make you accept anything around you. So right now, all of these shootings and Black people being abused is another form of desensitizing, by the way. Understand? So don't even get it shit twisted. Yeah, you out here marching and shit, but eventually you realize that things are not being solved. You're gonna be like, great, another Black man is sad. Let's get justice. 3 days, you like that, and you forget about him. Understand?
Just forget about him. Because it's just a number. You're a minority. You're just a number. It's just a number.
But what you are not paying attention to, they are putting this through that you are a minority when you are the majority.
And you are the majority.
Okay.
You're the only people on every single continent.
Thank you. And a lot of us understand. And we be breathing like wildfire. Just get this thing understood. We are being, but as he said, we have lost our culture. And you thinking that in order for you to regain your culture, you have to look to your exterior to regain your culture. No, there's no such thing. Your culture is embedded here within your memory. It is here. So what we need to learn to do is go back into ourselves, right? And this is what they do not want. This is why they created this much distraction, so that way we don't ever go within. So when we go within, the answers are there.
Yeah, because our culture goes against every single thing they're trying to do. Forced vaccination, what? Our culture tells us that healing and health and beautiful quality of life is right there in nature.
Yeah.
It's being one with nature, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So forced vaccination, what? What do you mean? I don't need that. All I need to do is be free. You know what I'm saying?
Keep that thought. I just want to put this into you. Why do you think that the men, not you, I mean the people, because I'm going to put what you're saying as a point. Why you think when your kid's born, the first thing they're going to ask you is, when are you coming back to vaccinate your child? Will you think that about? You really think they care about your child not catching some sort of virus? Think about it, B. Understand, it is not that they are giving they're not only giving your child a virus within the vaccination, they're also lowering your children's frequency. So your children lost connection with where they came from. Understand that when children come here, they are more in touch with the between world and here in the majority. So if you let a conscious child not be influenced by the outside stuff, the water, the food, the vaccine, everything, that child will start talking B. They don't want that conversation. Understand? So they're the first attack on your kid is basically before they got here is what the mother eats, right? And then right after the kid come, it is the vaccine.
It's the vaccine, absolutely. So it's like you said, like if you realize this, well, you notice that they've been trying to exterminate us for the longest, but we still here. But we still here, right? So the next step is to use science. And now what they're going to do is they're inserting these viruses. You know what viruses do? What a virus is dead genetic code. When you take in that dead genetic code, it affects your living genetic code. The living genetic code is DNA. So how are we going to scientifically kill these melanated peoples now? Because we tried with the whips, we tried with the guns, we tried with all that, and
brainwashing and everything.
Still here. He's still here. So now what we need to do is we need to attack their genetics. And we're going to do this by vaccination, because then your body has a defense system, right? But when a virus enters your what they call your nucleic acid inside your cells, right? Every single cell has a nuclear center. When it enters that nuclear center, then now that virus hijacks the cell and it tells your cell to do what it's not supposed to do.
Right.
It takes command. It takes command of the cell, and then you get something called transcription and translation, right? And it puts wrong information inside your body that will get passed on to your children. That will correlate in a whole bunch of diseases.
Yes,
and that's
please.
how it works on
the scale.
On the genetic level.
And adding to what he does, and to make sure that it keep that way, and to reinforce the work of that virus, they then use the food. Understand? The food.
Now, when it comes to the foods, this is where it's gonna get
deep.
Crazy.
Yes.
It's gonna get deep there, right?
Yes.
Because they tricked you into thinking that proteins and amines is everything to you. They tricked you into thinking that, right? Proteins and amines. Remember, you're carbon. You are carbon. You want to know what protein and amine is to carbon? It's hot to cold. It's literally the opposite. So you have up, you have down, you have hot, you have cold. Well, you have carbon and then you have nitrogen. Nitrogen is the opposite of carbon. It's like the enemy. You have God, you got the devil. It's the enemy. So protein and amines is a nitrogenous compound. And they're telling you, who is made of carbon, that you need this nitrogenous compound called protein. Eat that protein. It comes with things. First of all, it comes with nitrogen that's going to deplete carbon. That's literally the biological effect of what happens to carbon when you put nitrogen next to it. It depletes it. When it comes to minerals, it corrodes minerals. So if you have iron, if you have magnesium, if you have these things, nitrogen will corrode those minerals. That's the effect on it. You, as a carbon being, your best friend is carbon and minerals.
Yes. Boom.
But they're
Preach.
telling you,
I love it.
You need protein.
Keep going. Keep going. Yes.
Right? So now let's talk about viruses, right?
Yes.
So let's remember, we're talking about nitrogen here, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do they use to fertilize the soil? Is it not nitrogen fertilizers?
All right.
Well,
I love it when a king speaks. Do you? Do you? I just go here.
Guess what? Guess what else is in those nitrogen fertilizers? Guess what nitrogen fertilizer is? It's nothing but compost. It's it's nothing but feces. You know, it's chicken feces, cow feces, and stuff like that. And feces are rich in nitrogen because it's a waste. Nitrogen is a waste element, right? It's a rotting element. So in the feces, guess what you have? Viruses. So guess what? When you plant your fruits in those nitrogen-rich soils, guess what your fruits get? They upload viruses.
All right, then.
So,
all right, then.
Did they not say coronavirus came from an animal to a human? It's a zoonotic disease. It's a zoonotic virus. What zoonotic virus means is that it has the potential. This virus, this dead genetic code, has the potential to go from animal to human. So what other examples of zoonotic diseases are there?
Mm-hmm.
HSV, herpes simplex virus. It's a zoonotic disease. It exists.
The swine flu.
Swine flu, zoonotic disease.
Yes, please.
Right? And these diseases, I mean, not diseases.
Yeah,
disease
the viruses.
is just a disease. All the diseases is a state of dis-ease in the body.
Yes, please.
But the virus causes the disease. So what I'm saying is that these viruses exist in the actual soils that they're using to feed the planet.
Yes, please.
Because remember, farmers have to follow laws. And these laws are...
Didn't know that?
The farmers absolutely know what they're doing. Because I worked in a farm in Australia, and the farmers actually said, yes. First of all, check this out. The farmers in Australia know that they're poisoning the population. They're not poisoning the people. They know they're poisoning the population.
Wow.
Because they're using nitrogen ammonium fertilizing techniques. And if you do that, then that means that the apple gets big.
Right?
You get this big looking apple, but the apple gets big because of the element nitrogen.
Right.
It gets it big. But remember, nitrogen also corrodes the minerals. So the apple is just an empty shell. It's an empty vessel with no minerals.
It has nothing, period.
It has nothing there.
Yes.
Instead, what it has are potential viral code because of the soil it was grown
that was
in.
Used, yeah.
And then what it has is synthetic minerals that the farmer has to put in it because the soil no longer has those minerals.
Life, right? So you gotta keep doing it again and again.
Keep putting
and when in fact,
minerals.
when in fact Mother Nature don't really need you to put anything on her because she consistently have the minerals within. Yeah.
But you know, they're just so backwards in their science. And well, actually, it's the desired effect, because what wealth is the continuation of riches. So you could be rich, but you can't be wealthy. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. You know, you could be rich, and then your richness could run out if you don't have wealth.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So what this society has done is to turn our sickness into wealth. Profit. That's wealth for them. We continue to get sick because we continue to
eat
follow
again.
Their advice. To eat it again and again, and they make it illegal for farmers now. I know the battle that farmers are facing. So farmers can't even grow organic fruits because they have to have, it's so petty as shit, the stuff they have to do to be able to grow organic fruits. And then they're being forced, what companies like Monsanto do, and there's another company called Syngenta. What they do is they develop seeds that produces a fruit that will not develop sterile seeds. That will develop sterile seeds.
Okay.
Right? So I will give you a seed that will produce a pumpkin, and in that pumpkin, the seeds in that pumpkin will not work.
Wow. So you gotta come again and get new. So those packet stuff that they sell, in packets like okras and pumpkins, those are not cool to farm. Those are not good. They've already put what they needed into that.
You have to be, they are so crafty. They're so crafty because they'll say it's organic.
On the package.
Right? On the package, they say you have organic. But scientifically, what's the definition of something being organic? The definition of being organic is that it has carbon. That's what being organic is. It has carbon. We're organic, right?
Yes, we are.
So this is what they do. They say, all right, I'll make sure it has carbon, but what I do is I'll mess with the genetics instead. Why you could go to the store and you can see organic seedless watermelons. How could something be organic?
Let's get it. Let's get it. How are you gonna be eating the seedless fruit? How would the fruit grow, boo? That should be your question. You lazy. All right. Let's get down to brass tacks. Have you ever seen a plant grow without a seed?
Without a seed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then you want to know what they do. What they do is they put a chemical in there called colchine. Colchine attacks magnesium and zinc. You need that to produce a seed. Your body works. People don't know their body works just like a plant.
Yes, please.
Right?
No, let's the melanated people bodies work like a
melanated people's bodies work exactly like a plant. The plant has chlorophyll. You got melanin. Your melanin works the very same way chlorophyll works. The chlorophyll absorbs the photons from the sun. Your melanin absorbs the photon from the sun. The chlorophyll uses that to combust and create sugars. Your melanin uses it to combust and creates ATP. The same exact thing. As a matter of fact, plant melanins are called anthocyanins. It's the very same makeup for your melanin. It's the very same thing. So
I just about here right now everything you say.
It's the very same thing, right? So it's like, now look at what it do to the plant. It makes the plant sterile. It makes the plant incapable of continuing its lineage.
Okay, let's go deep into that one. Listen, how long we here? Let me know when you're ready to sleep here. We can record another time.
It's all
Cause I early in the morning, I go here at 8:22 a.m. I just wake up. Right?
Yeah.
So I just want to visit this. So let me know when you're ready, and we can always record another time. I am totally cool with our conversation. So you don't even got to force it to go farther.
Hey, for sure, we'll do, Queen. But right now, I'm amped with energy. So
all right,
no
good.
worries.
Let's get into this now. What people are not focusing on, right, is that what he just said in terms of the plants cannot produce. When you eat that, Black women, what you think happen to you? Understand? They are stopping us from producing as well. So,
of course.
So when we have all these different issues where they're talking about we need to take out our wombs, we have a lot of cysts, we have
That's what they want. That's what they want.
Thank you.
That's what they want.
I understand.
Because Planned Parenthood, we could talk about that. We could talk about how Planned Parenthood has contracts with Life Bank and Life Bank USA and Celgene. Life Bank USA and Celgene are multi-billion-dollar corporations that invest in stem cell research. Now, what they do is that they get the teens, the guys from the hoods and the ghettos, the girls from the hoods and the ghettos, the ones that need so-called help with parenting, right? They get them to go into those clinics and coerce them into abortions. And what they sell is that, look, we're going to teach these teens and we're going to help them raise this child. But that's not what you see. What you see is large numbers of abortions. And then what they do is they take out the uterus of our women. They take out the uterus of our women. They get the fetuses of the aborted fetuses, of the aborted babies, right? And then they use that for organ regeneration therapy. They use that for stem cell research. And there's contracts between these corporations, like I named, the Life Bank, for them to do these things. You do not know it, but you are worth billions of dollars, millions of dollars.
Yes.
And you see that when they take out that uterus out.
Yes. Yeah. So your fibers and all those different things that you say that you're traveling from, boo, you don't just get that stuff genetically. It comes from your food that they have started from you young, and then they start to feed you that. It's like you're an animal in a lab. Then you get older, and then they start to program your mind with possibility of taking out your womb, possibility of taking out your womb. And then when they've done saying that to you for a good 3-4 years, giving you birth control that are still enhancing the issue that you already have, right? Then you come to the game again and said, well, remember I told you to go check it, because they didn't say it, some other doctor did. Oh, 4 years ago you were told that you have your possibility to take out your womb. Well, this is that time because they have already marinated what they needed from you, so they need their product. Take the heck out of your womb. That's it. Now you're wombless. Because you wanted all that good pizza and seedless fruit. Understand? So you sacrificed your children for someone else. Let's not even get into.
Sorry, but it's because it's a slow death. It's why it's because people don't see the immediate effect of it as soon as you bite into that pizza. That pizza is gonna kill you years down the road, and they're okay with that. Right?
Completely.
So,
completely okay with it. Because let me show you another thing too. So you see all of this. We don't even go off topic, but I just bring this in so people can become aware. You see this transgender people about hey gay womb stuff. Where you think your womb coming from?
Where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from, boo? You think someone tell me the other day they're gonna be implementing synthetic. Ooh, they're not doing a synthetic nothing. They're gonna advertise maybe synthetic. Why? Because they want to appease the people and say, yeah, no, we're not using people's womb. But then when you track the amount of black women and black girls that are being kidnapped and dying, life alert, will you think they want the fuck? A lot of transgender people coming out talking about, yeah, but we want babies and stuff. No. Where do you think they're getting the womb from, boo? Think about it. Exactly. So not only are they making you wombless because they don't want us to be fruitful and multiply, but they're taking our womb and putting it into other people who wants to be women. Understand that fact? Now, don't think that I trying to be against no transgender. I very straightforward. But this is the fact, people. If you are a transgender and you're about to go get a womb, honey, believe that you're getting some kidnapped black girl's womb. It's not a white person womb. It is a black woman's womb.
It's a black woman's womb. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Because within black tissue samples are what they call rare single nucleotide polymorphisms, and we basically because we're the originals and because everything else comes from us, we have the rarest genetics.
Yes,
we have the least common nucleotide polymorphism. So basically, it's like your nucleotides, they have patterns, and some races of people have similar patterns. Other races of people have patterns that the others don't have. So we have in us genetic information, put it that way. We have in us information that other races do not have. And this information that we have are the pieces to the puzzle that they need for organ regeneration therapy. They need it for uterus, for whatever they're using it for. They need that, right?
Understand.
And
the placenta
also all of that. Yeah, when you guys when you women give birth, get your placentas back. Don't give it to the hospitals.
What do you think they're using it for, boo?
They're using
That's
it for
another question. Understand what you think they are using your placenta for, honey. Your placenta has the source, right, of your child's DNA. That placenta, your child created. It didn't create your child. Your child created that placenta, right? The last blood of your child's placenta is the blood that's going to, one, give them the intelligence that they need, and two, make sure that their immune system is boosted. Now, if you check animals, what do you think they eat after they give birth? The placenta. Why? Because that is
it's pure. It's pure. It's pure. Like if you observe a placenta at birth, you realize that even the blood is blue. Even the blood, it's not red, because red blood is oxidized blood. That's why our blood is red, because it's lost its electronic valence. It's lost its
Exactly.
charge.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the placenta though, you don't see that.
Because
You see
there's
that
no air in there.
it's no, there's air. There's
Mm-hmm.
air, but there's an
Mm-hmm.
abundance of iron. There's an abundance of iron. So it still has this electric charge. And that's why you see that purple indigo color on it. And that purple indigo color is, you don't even know how much of a gold mine that is.
And how much
know how much of a gold
and
mine
how because once you eat that, you are replenishing what you have lost during the time of your pregnancy. And it not just only gives you your strength, gives you back every single thing in your mineral department, but it also bring you more awareness and more connection within that. It also helps you to lactate as well. So your lactation issue is because you did not eat your placenta. Now, I know you were thinking, oh, it's nasty. No, it's not, boo. Just blend it and eat it. It's that simple. Go ahead.
I'm not going to say I know too much about eating the placenta, but I do know that, like, I heard of it before. But I do know what it is, and what it is absolute
power.
Pure, absolute power. It's absolute pure genetics, because there you have the ratios of iron that should exist in all of our bloods right now. Right? But it's not. But you see it in the form of this placenta that has contributed to the nourishment of this child. But when it comes to lactating, though, there's a lot of things that women could do to
Let me tell you. There are many herbs that you can use.
There are many herbs. Yes, sir.
First of all, and let's not take out meditation from that. You can control the forces of your body through meditation. You're not lactating, boo. Speak to your body. You know what I mean? Talk to your genes. Allow your genes to know that you want to connect with your new fruit. Understand? You don't even have to go to a herb. You go within. Everything happens within. So go within your body. Speak to your body. Figure out why it is that you are not doing what you are naturally bred to do. But if you don't have that life force, I know of herbs that you can use to lactate. Understand? And not just that too. It is a mental state when you're not lactating as well. You're in a hospital. They're confusing the shit out of you. You got drugs in your system.
Yeah, exactly, man. See, when it comes to women, you have to make sure that, even more so than in men, in women, signal transduction is key, because women have their bodies are designed for hormones to interact with the cells efficiently. As soon as there's a little kink in that, then a lot of stuff could happen. So in the hospitals, they give you stuff to sabotage hormone production, as well as communication with the cells, and it leads to a whole bunch.
And not just so to your prenatal could also have a huge issues to do with one of the reasons why you're not lactating as well, because within your prenatal you are getting certain vitamins, but then what else synthetic are you getting within your prenatal? So that is one of the reasons that you may be having a lot of issues too. And then let's also not negate the fact that you're having a kid in the wrong birth position. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. Not supposed to be laying down, putting stress on your back.
Thank you. And that's fine.
It's supposed to be that way.
Exactly. So, and we have gone off track of where we were. But at the end of the day, all of this tie back into they're teaching you the wrong culture. This is how we got here. The wrong culture. This is not.
I'd like to say something on that real quick. Then it's because like your culture comes about because I just like to put things in reference every single time. And your culture comes about your ancestral relationship with nature and how they saw themselves with the universe. And then that's where they get inspiration for music, they get inspiration for art, they get inspiration for spiritual practices, all from how they relate with the environment and the universe. And then that forms your culture, and then that's what unifies the people. Your ancestral history and all of that stuff, right? Well, that's our ancestral history. We have a people ruling us with a different ancestral
It's
history.
true. All right,
So
then.
they didn't have the same experiences we
As we
have. They
do.
don't look at the universe the same way we look at the universe. They don't look at spirituality the same way we look at spirituality. So their civilization is going to reflect how they look at the universe.
Yes,
How we
yes.
look at the universe.
Yeah.
Which is why we find ourselves in the situation we're in right
They,
now.
yeah.
Because we're existing under their philosophical
system.
reality,
System.
you know?
Because if you watch the way that they treat their culture, it is off of destruction while we are at peace with ours. So as much as they will try to keep us down, they are forgetting the one fact that we are energetically connected to every single thing around us, right? So those things are going to fight to protect us from their invasion as much as they are trying to keep us down. So you've got to get back to then connecting again to build that connection to everyone around us.
And that's where you find liberation. That's where you find true liberation, when you connect back with who you are. You know?
Boom.
Yeah, man.
And that's what it is. So they have no connection in that sense.
No, because remember, like, we know their origins. It's not a mystery. We know the origins of white people. We know that we've been around for hundreds of thousands of years. Now, within the hundreds of thousands of years, we lived in peace without no cataclysm. There was no environmental cataclysm. So what we had was hundreds of thousands of years to sit there and meditate and be like, yo, dang, look at those stars, man.
Yes.
Like, are we from there?
What?
Is that us? Is God?
Yes.
And we had hundreds of thousands of years to put this together and say, indeed, as above, so below.
Yes.
You know? So since as above, so below, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the pyramids to resemble the Orion constellation, because I feel like I'm the child of the sun, and I feel like the sun was born in Orion. So that means that I am the product of the universe.
Boom.
So,
and that is downloads.
And that's downloads, because now you connected. Now you just connected the earth and the heavens together, and now you're creating a society based off a cosmic law.
Yes.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
But them, now they're different, because we know that during the Passover of when the first African people went into Europe, we know that the Ice Age did come, and we know that some African men did get stuck in ice. And they were stuck in ice not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for 20,000 years. So in that 20,000 years came genetic mutation, because guess what? They had no more sunlight. They had no more plants to feed off of. And then their skin went from melanin rich to white and pale and full of nitrogen, because they have no more sustenance from the sun. They have no more plant life material. They're stuck in ice. And their beginnings were fighting nature. That was their beginnings. Now, when they got out the ice, then they go into Europe, and they're at war with the elements. As far as us, we're at the Nile Valley. We're at the banks of the Nile Valley. We're in the Congo jungle. We're in We're in the Sudan. We're in Southern Africa. The environment is every single thing we need. And on the other hand, they're fighting.
Don't feel connected at all.
Elements, yeah, and you know they're not creating a home. They're moving from place to place. They're hunter. They're not building homes and civilizations. So they're always fighting. They're always looting. And this is their relationship with nature. And this is why they say that God exists outside of them, while we see God exists inside
within
of
us. Yeah.
It's because of our ancestral experiences. You know,
Yep.
So
Yep.
you
Yep.
know who they are, and everything makes sense once you know who they are.
Yeah. And you
You
don't
know?
have to question, as we said, I think we've mentioned this at least 3 times before. You do not have to look outside of yourself for information. Look within yourself, cut off the distraction, make the sacrifice to learn who you are. You do not need us to tell you. It is here within you, within everything that you have. Do not let them take your room. You letting them take your room disconnects you completely, women. You lost your foundation. You lose that creative power and downloading power within you if they take your room. They know this. Understand that these people not mindless freaks that are about here trying to keep you down or use you to buy their Gucci brands and laptops and all of that. No.
Turning you into a consumer.
No,
That's
they're
all
not.
buying stuff.
That ain't it either. That is not the only thing, sorry, that they want us for, but they want us for everything else that we have. We have to keep this running. Understand? So as long as go ahead.
And like you said, it's meditation is key too, because you linked meditation to your body, to your life force, and this is powerful too, because what you realize is that everything has a life force.
Yes, please.
An actual visible one, and your life force is your aura. And what is your aura? Scientifically, your aura is your electromagnetic field, if you want to talk about it scientifically, right? Well, when you meditate, guess what? You're absorbing.
Yeah.
You're absorbing those energies.
Yeah.
You're absorbing the energies of the earth, of the cosmos.
You're
of
connecting.
The universe. You're connecting.
Yes.
That's exactly what you're doing when
Yeah.
you meditate.
And when you connect and you meditate, what you do is unlock memories that are there in your energetic field. Yes, your avatar is there. Your avatar is to remember the body of your ancestors here on earth, to connect with nature here on earth, the tangible here on earth. But your energetic field is to connect with the outer. So you have a balance. So your meditation now gives you that full connection. And this is why food is important, because once once you've eaten the right food, the electrical foods, then you are able to then balance and raise that electricity within your body to be able to transition smoothly into a conversation like this. Understand? Understand?
Exactly.
So we not about here trying to tell you, oh no, you need to eat clean, because it is for a purpose. The more people we have aware, the faster we can heal our people and heal this. This is, go ahead. Go ahead.
I say, look, we have to eat clean, because that also comes into liberating not only yourself, but it's a process. It's a process in total liberation, because food is also brain chemistry, and what you eat affects your thoughts, because what you eat affects your brain chemistry. Your brain chemistry is
connected
thoughts,
to your gut.
Connected to your thought and your gut, exactly. So if you're eating better, well, that means you're also helping the planet. That means that now you said that I'm going to take away my contribution towards mass massacre of animals on the planet. And I'm going to take away to nitrogen fertilization technique, and all those things that pollute the earth, because the nitrogen, they're soluble. They go right into the oceans.
Yes, it's a cycle.
It's a cycle. It kills the plant life. It kills the coral reefs.
Let's just get nasty with it. Understand what he is saying. I just trying to get nasty so you could get what my man is trying to tell you. If you eat that pizza and all that milk and all that meat, when you do a number 2 and you put that number 2 in the toilet, it go back into nature. Then what you think, when that go back into nature, she then have to use that bad waste, and then some animal go eat it. when that animal go eat it, and then you go eat that animal, what you think you just eat, boo? You just recycle all over that again. So if you eat clean, you put back good stuff within her. She's able to use that. It comes back to you. It's a cycle.
Exactly, it's a cycle. And what I was saying though is that when it comes to the farming techniques, it's a bad cycle because nitrogen is soluble. So when it rains, it goes into the rivers, and then in Australia, I'm sure you heard that the coral reefs are dying.
Yeah,
I'm sure you heard, right?
Yeah, I heard about
Well, that's because of all the chemicals from the farms are being washed into the oceans. So you eating better stops that from happening, because if you eat better, well, now they don't need to buy these chemicals because there's no demand for it.
Exactly. It forces them to have to produce good stuff.
Exactly. And then it also tears down their institutions and their industries. The industries are built off of you getting sick. So if you say, you know what, health is wealth, then next thing you know, Big Pharma shuts down because they can't sell their pills anymore. Next thing you know, the pharma industry shuts down because they can't sell their produce anymore. Next thing you know, Monsanto shuts down because the farmers aren't buying their seeds anymore. You know, it's all in our hands.
And let's go deeper. And if you connect to meditation and you realize that I can sit and have a conversation with him without moving my lips, we don't need a phone.
Now, that is the goal right there.
Yes.
That's the goal. I was having a talk with my father this morning, and I was saying, Joe, do you know just how godly we are?
Yes.
Do you know the potential of human beings and what this life is meant to be? Because you see, your imagination can't even fathom what life was intended to originally be, right? Because if you ever seen that movie, The Avatar, it's supposed to be similar to that.
To us.
Right, that is how life is supposed to be, to the point where we can connect mentally, and then the animals are our best friend. Because guess what? You could even see right now, as messed up as we are, you can see that human beings are the only creatures that are able to befriend the most ferocious of animals. A human being could make a lion his best friend. A human being could make a damn crocodile his best friend. I just watched the video.
Let me know if it's a video I am about to tell you. Let me hear.
This one with a woman with just
oh my god,
on the crocodile.
Yes,
the crocodile is chilling.
The crocodile giving my girl a ride to the other side of a pond, big man.
And then it wasn't just that one crocodile. There was another crocodile there. Did you see that video? There was two crocodiles.
Thank you. That is who we are.
That's who we are.
Oh my gosh.
That's who we are. We're not these people that's supposed to be working 8 hours a day.
Okay, then. We are the Tarzan of the jungle.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like life isn't about paying bills.
No,
like
it's not.
First of all,
it's not about we being in the house either, big man. We don't be in houses. We be outside.
We get that sunshine. We get that oxygen. We get that, you know what I'm saying? We're involved with the energies of the earth. We're involved with that. We mingle and we play in that.
Yes.
You know, we're not supposed to be here like
stressing.
What we see as normal is simple. It's the matrix.
Exactly.
That's what we see as normal.
They're making you dependable on the material, when in actuality, we can sit down from here. For instance, I have used this already with my friend. This is going to be crazy, actually. My friend and I sat down and did a meditation, and he sent information to me right there.
Powerful.
Okay. Mind you, I hadn't fully accessed myself as yet. I wasn't here when we did it 2.5 years ago. We were experimenting. We said, yo, what if mind you, this is me unlocking information, okay? We were unlocking at a time, but we weren't aware of us unlocking. We were like, what if We never used to talk back in the day. We were tea rising. And we were like, you know what? Let's test it. I was eating crappy as hell. Still, I didn't know about these things. But we sat down. He sent me information. I received the information. Now, if I was still eating crappy and I could have accessed that, right? I'm not telling you that is an excuse to eat crappy. Don't even go there. I'm just saying that if you clean your body and do this at a full time, what can you possibly accomplish there? That is what I am saying. Understand? So this is way more deeper than that. We do not need these tangible things. The earth is in abundance of food. Get a seed and plant it to her and watch her give you runs of food. Why are we working?
Exactly. And that's why I say the society is reflective on their relationship with and how they see the world. Because remember, like we spoke about their history. Well, what do they say? They say that because of their history, then they also see that everything is in competition. According to Darwinian theory, everything is competitive. And Darwinian theory also extends into economics because capitalism is Darwinian theory. Because now we have to even compete in economics.
Yeah.
You know? So everything is literally the way that their societies ran is literally reflective on how they see themselves.
Yeah. And we live within how they see themselves.
We live within how they see themselves.
Yeah.
We see ourselves in a whole different way.
Completely. We're not even close to thinking the way, like, we legit do not like Warby. Look how fast we just forgive. Look how fast we be like, you know what, I'm sorry.
But then look at how we're the leaders in suicide. We are the leaders in suicide, showing to you that we're absolutely disgusted and we do not like this matrix.
Thank you. It doesn't match.
Genetically, even if someone can't really articulate it like how we could articulate it, they feel it. They feel like
it's something is off.
This is off. Like, this is the planet I was born into.
Nah.
Like, yes, this is the planet you're born into, but this is not what it was meant to be.
Yes.
This is
agree.
Not what it was meant to be, you know.
Yeah.
And it speaks.
And let's just visit suicide. I feel like we're talking. This is going to be 2 hours. We should do this again because we can keep going, right? But let's visit suicide for a bit. Understand that they made suicide. No, listen. What I am about to say, I am not giving you excuse to go kill yourself. You need to be strong. All right. So don't even take this from my video talk about culture healing said it's okay to do suicide. I am saying that so. What I am about to say is suicide in the Bible sense is bare foolishness. Here's why. You die in body. Okay, and don't even let me get started on the mummification process, but that's a whole different conversation. But understand that you die in body and you do not die in energy. It is a recycle. You come back, people. You come back. This is why the ancestors did not think about anything when they just decided to just drown themselves, because they know they didn't want a part of what was about to happen. So they realized that we were people who knew that and decided to kill ourselves. So they made it in the Bible to say, you shouldn't kill yourself because it's against nature. It kind of is, but it is not the way they implemented it. Understand? It is not that you die and you don't come back and you go to hell. It's
they changed our view of death.
Yes.
So that they could control us, because we see ourselves as a continuation of our lineage, which means that our past battles are today's battles.
Yes.
We pick up the same battles.
Yes, please.
because there's nothing that separates me from my ancestors. Because I am my ancestors.
Thank you.
The same DNA that was in my ancestors is in me right now.
Exactly.
So I'm my ancestor.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm we are the total accumulation of all of our ancestors in one package.
Boom.
And then when we make a child, we're cloning ourselves. So that child is us.
Yes.
When that child has another child, then your soul
then that continue
in that child.
Yes.
So,
and this is where you get physical pattern and memory pattern. Understand?
Exactly. So they now said to screw us up. They messed with our understanding
of that.
Yeah. And they said, you put rules around it.
Yes.
And they said, if you break these rules, then so help you God.
You can be fair.
And your connection to God is the most important of things.
That's
so
true.
When they say so help you God, you really feel fair.
Exactly. When in actuality, we shouldn't even be afraid of
God. No,
period.
God is love. God is everything.
Everything. God is us. We are God.
We are God. Exactly. So if you fear God, you fear yourself.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, what they've done with religion.
Yeah, continue. I going with you. Yeah, whatever you saying, I saying.
Crazy. No, what they've done with religion is that they took our understandings that we've written at that point. We've written it on stone. What they call the Medu Neter, which is where all religious systems come from. Medu Neter. That's where Judaism came from. That's where Christianity came from. That's where Buddhism came from. And then they said, "Whoa!" In the Medu Neter, they talking about how human beings could rise from the level of mortals to that of a god. They said that all a human being have to do is to have dominions over his lower primal energies and then subdue those energies and walk in the likeness of God, and then he will become immortal. And at some point, he will stop. He will stop coming to Earth because now he exists as an Orisha. Now he exists as an eternal. Now he exists
as ascended
Osiris. As an ancestor. Now he exists as what they call a
Yes. And basically that would be one of the reasons we come here to ascend. Yes.
To ascend. So that's where Buddhism got that from. Buddhism got that from us. You know what I'm saying? And then what Christianity did was
dumb the shit down out of it.
He dumbed the shit out of it.
Down, big man. You.
He said, you know what? Wait. No. What is this Black Madonna and child you talking about? There's no Black Madonna and child. There's no Isis. There's no Heru, and there is no Osiris. Instead, God is the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, and Mary. Right? And what divinity you talking about? Like Mary, according to them, might have been a whore. And if she wasn't a whore,
that is a whole other conversation right there too, big man.
Right there too, right?
Oh my God.
And then they say, what else they say in Christianity? They say God don't exist in Osiris. God don't exist in Isis. God don't exist in Heru. Jesus was the Son of God, and you guys are the daughters of man. So God and man, the daughters and son of man is different from
God,
the Son of God.
So the split. They make you think you're just a little sign, and then he has all power.
And
you see what they did there.
And and now you're praying up to him instead of praying within.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what Christianity did, and that's what Judaism did too. The same thing. Yahweh.
Separate their deity.
Yeah, exactly. And that's their version of Christianity, because we have our version of Christianity. And our version of Christianity, which is the first version, if you go into Kemet, you see the first Coptic churches in Kemet as well as in Ethiopia, and you see that they still had the Black Jesus, right? I'm not sure if his name was Christ. It was Christ, right?
I have no idea.
His name is actually Christ, which is actually an African word, Christ, right? So the Black Christ still had the God in him, and so did his disciples, so did the people. They were still gods. But then the Greeks came and made the white Christ. And then the Greeks said that God is no longer in, the normal man.
And disconnect everything.
It's disconnected. So, because now you have to pray to the church.
Yes.
Now you gotta pray.
You gotta go through a thing to access.
Go within now, and a thing that they control. So now you who are just enthusiastic about spirituality, because that's actually what the Greek philosophers said. They said that we were enthusiastic. That was the word. They said that we were almost crazy about it. I'm like, ain't nothing to be crazy about with spirituality. Like it's natural. Important thing. It's natural.
Yes.
They let you know. So now think about the people like that, and if you control their connection with God, everything you can have them do for you.
Exactly. Because that is what we were. That is what our connection were. That's what everything was around us. So when you put that take the God that we knew, put a different meaning behind it. So we basically think we are still worshiping that being. Basically. It. So But okay. We have so many other things to talk about, because I so want to talk about the Bible and how they made the woman look like she is nothing. I want to talk about the melanated woman and who she was before all of this, and her role in society, and who we were back in the day, because I feel how the Bible has dumbed down, made her look as though she had no contribution when she had majority of the contribution in the world, right? So all of that is like a whole conversation that we definitely need to do this again, for sure, because we be vibing. Yeah. So but we are in 2 hours, people. I am going to split this up.
Sorry, I got off track with the economics. So
yeah, that's fine, dude. I tell you, when you come on this podcast, we start with a subject and then we just do anything. We don't really stick to nothing. Everything comes back, because when we end off the conversation, we started with a systematic way in how to keep going. But when you really look at it and make it boils down, if I can speak to this man when we get to a certain age without words, we don't need these things, right? We can connect. So basically, I was just having a systematic conversation how you can still keep your head above water for the people who still think currency is an issue. And then we have a discussion to show you currency is like the smallest thing ever to us right now that is going to be on this journey. We don't need it. We need to access who we are.
Yeah, we need to access who we are, and we need to access our own wealth. Our own wealth. You know what I'm saying? We could make something crazy like Wakanda with technologies. Like, technology is not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
their technology is a bad thing, because their technology is weaponized against us.
True.
Wakanda could be a real thing where we have technologies, and then we're also so freaking connected with spirit and nature at the same time.
Let's just put this out there. The conversation we are having right now, right? We didn't study this, okay? We didn't go to a school and say, let me study spirituality. It comes to you. It is something that is there, okay? So once we create it, because I speaking this into life, by the way, once we have created Wakanda, do you really think we need to go to school to learn how to make an equipment? You really think we need to do these things? We can dream about it and create it, though. That's it. We can be like, yo, so I had a dream and this is what we need to do to make it spark. This is who we are. We get information like that. It is that easy. Our people were enthusiastic about this because we knew we are the shit, big man. Easily put. We are the shit. And this is a really awesome journey. Dude, this is an awesome journey. This is good stuff. Understand? But we're going to close, not because we want to close, because I really want to keep talking.
Right.
But I need to save my memory, and editing this is going to be so tasking, though, right? So, because this, by the time I put in the different edits and videos to reference what he's talking about and every single thing, this is gonna at least be true 2 hours and 45 minutes, right? So yeah, it's gonna be 2 hours and 45 minutes. So this is a lot of editing. So we are going to. So we're going to end this here. I am going to ask this young man to come back because we vibe a lot. The first time we spoke, we actually spoke for what is an hour and some, right?
Over an hour.
Yeah, it was over an hour, and he was saying, you know, we should record this, right? You know, we should record this.
Yeah, we should record that first one.
Yes.
The vibe is just like it is now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. So we are gonna definitely come back. We're just gonna choose a random topic, and we're gonna vibe out. We're just gonna vibe. Yeah,
guys. And on that note, just check out XRP. Check out BChain. I'm literally giving you the two cryptocurrencies that I've got most of my money in, you know. And
yes, talk about your thing. Like, you choose your broker and then you just watch it. Tell me how that end off so they would know.
Yeah, so with brokers, you want to go with regulated brokers because you want insurances on your money in case anything goes wrong. You know, say coronavirus, say the dollar completely collapses, and then next thing you know, your broker, you know, defaults, and your broker just vanishes because brokers have a history of doing that. You know, well, your money needs to be insured because or else they just ran off with your money.
Right.
So you get an assured broker. But the problem is that when it comes to brokerage accounts, a lot of them you need to have over $50,000 to even have an insured broker account. If you don't have, you know, at least $50,000, then you have to go with an uninsured broker, and then you have to play Russian roulette for the most part. You know, especially if you're trading currencies like forex, like I'm doing. I'm trading currencies. So
forex. Okay, you gotta give me some info on that forex first company.
Yeah. So forex is not a company; it's the foreign exchange market.
Okay.
So it's basically money it's basically how the monies of the world are traded by banks and hedge funds and brokers. So that's how banks make money, and that's how you gain interest on the money that you put in a bank, right? So say you put money into Wells Fargo, then what Wells Fargo do with the money that you just gave them is that they trade it on the forex market. And then the money that Wells Fargo make is supposed to also benefit you. And that's why you have a percentage of interest on your savings account, right? Problem is that they give you jack shit. They give you like 0.2% interest a year, or some of them, I believe for Wells Fargo, I don't think you even get interest anymore. I think they just ask for your money and then they don't give you nothing back. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling people to do is to be their own banks. So now you could do what the banks do, and instead of getting 0.2% interest and 0.1% interest, you get 100% interest because you're keeping that money in your own account, right? So when you're doing that, though, you have to go with a broker that is uninsured unless you have large amounts of money to go with an insured broker.
Right.
A good strategy around that is to, what I did, you know, is I would build $10,000, take out $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Build it back to 10,000, take out 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Never let it accumulate inside an uninsured brokerage account.
Right.
Because, like I said, they can run off with your money any single time they want.
Mm-hmm.
Never get it back.
Right.
So when you make money, you take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Make some more, take it out. You keep doing that until you save up enough to actually go
big. Yes. Tactics. And you're good to go. Right. I like it. I like that system. All right. So if you want to go into the cryptocurrency world, you go under XPR. Is that what it is? XRP. Right. And then
so that's holding. When it comes to XRP, my advice is to first hold. First buy enough that you can hold it. You don't trade it yet. You don't need to trade it yet, because XRP, remember, we're buying XRP not to trade it, but because we see that it could be as big as Bitcoin.
Right.
So if you hold it, then next thing you know, you might wake up tomorrow and it's worth $9,000, and then now you're rich, right?
Wow.
So you wanna buy enough XRP to hold right now. Last time I checked, it was about 20 cents per coin. So at 20 cents per coin, if you put in about $5,000, you could get a multiples of 10,000s of it, right? You could get like a good 20 or a good 20,000 of it or something like that. I forgot the math, but I know it's multiples of 10,000, right?
Right.
And hold on to it. Hold on to it. Now, if you want to trade it, then put in another 5,000, and then you trade with that half of it. But make sure you have your holdings first, because at any second, the world governments could say, today's the Great Reset.
Right.
And when that reset comes, that value of the XRP is going to shoot up.
Okay. And then when you sell it, you would sell it through forex.
Through the same no. So forex is currency. When we talk forex, we're talking about Great British Pound. We're talking about US dollar. We're talking about Swiss franc. Swiss chef. Right. So different currencies of different countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another one under cryptocurrency, basically.
No, so that one's not crypto at all. So you have cryptocurrencies, and then you have forex. Totally different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this doesn't have forex, doesn't have anything under it like cryptocurrency. It has like cryptocurrency.
No, forex is
just forex.
Just forex. And forex. So cryptocurrencies have XRP. It has Bitcoin.
You have it right.
It has V-Chain, right?
Right.
Forex have the United States dollar. It has the Canadian dollar. It has the Swiss dollar, and it has the South African dollar.
Right.
You know, that's forex.
Got you. I got you. So it's best to do both.
Yeah.
Got it. Where
the money's at?
Go. All right. I just want to make sure. All right. So we got cryptocurrency. And we have forex that has forex dollars, so you can invest in both. Go ahead.
Yeah. Next time we're also going to talk about real estate. There's a lot of money to be made in real estate.
I am there with you. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Let me write that down as our next topic. For sure, real estate.
For sure, because what's happening now is you got to take advantage of these tax liens. You got to take advantage of mortgages that are not getting paid, and now you could get $100,000 house for a couple $100 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go out there and get a nice condo in Florida because the house had to default because they ain't paying no property taxes because of coronavirus.
Got you. So this is the perfect time to do real estate.
This is the perfect time.
Wow.
Because now you can literally get $100,000 houses for
50,000. $100 bucks?
We're talking about hundreds of bucks or $1,000 bucks. You know, this is how the
That's
game
crazy. Yeah, all right. This is the good shit. This is some good shit right now. All right. So we're gonna schedule, as we know, that we can still have a podcast 15 hours within that same day. We are positive about this now. So we're going to definitely reschedule real estate. And within that subject, I want to visit why polygamy is a very good thing for this.
Oh, facts. Definitely.
Tie
Oh, wait,
that
right
in.
now? Do that
No,
now?
we
Oh.
got 2 hours and fit. No, I have too much editing. I am running for anything else. This is a lot of editing. So, but I'm writing it down. I'm writing down how all of this can become easy if you expand your family, right? Definitely. And just visit the whole feminine thing and just bring everybody into tie to get them to understand that you are economically unstable because the one thing that made us who we were back in the day, they made illegal.
It's family.
Yeah, exactly. They made it completely illegal. So we're going to schedule another day,
Let's do
and
it.
this is our conversation.
All right, man.
Right?
Yo, vibes is always Irie as usual, man. I'm loving it.
It's true.
Loving
It's
it.
true.
Okay.
Right. So, guys, we are forcibly ending this podcast because we are ahead of time by 2 hours and 30 minutes. And most likely this video is going to be 3 parts because of the editing that I have to put into here. So I am so very happy to be vibing with this guy. We are doing this again because we're going to talk about real estate, polygamy, and the African woman. Let's put it that way. So we're going to be talking about all of those things to look forward to our future podcast. I will let him tell you where he can find you. Hit his ads on his YouTube channel and his Instagram. He has really good content. Also, he have a very lengthy video on cryptocurrency and forex as well on his page. So go, and if you want more information on that, go watch his channel so you can get the rest of his information. So, sir, where can they find you?
So my channel is on YouTube, bushdocta Money. I'm a new YouTuber. Tell you the truth, I just be like spilling my brain, spilling my mind. You know, like I just like it because it gives me a little platform for me to like, you know, put down some knowledge. So, yeah, check me out, bushdocta Money. On Instagram, I'm more active. On Instagram, it's neb underscore bushdocta _ Money again. And vibe with me, man. Vibe with me.
Vibe with him. He's cool. And if you want to do some collaboration with him, just inbox him. He is definitely going to say yes. So get him out there. He has knowledge when it comes to how to make the Black family wealthy, we should say. You know what I mean? Consciously wealthy as well. So inbox him and ask him for a collaboration, people. Come on.
Anytime.
Come on. Exactly. Get this out there. Stop making silly YouTubes about when have I never and drinking stupid things in a cocktail. Don't stop making YouTube videos like that. Make something that's gonna teach the people. This is
culture healing.
Exactly.
It's gonna heal the culture.
Thank you very much. Exactly. So please don't message him about crazy shit. Ask him to give you some good vibes and go from there. With that being said, please go watch this YouTube video on my platform, Culture Healing. Follow me on Instagram, Culture Healing. Look at my blog, Culture Healing, my podcast, Culture Healing. This is going to be on my YouTube channel and my podcast. I am going to send this video to him as well, so it'll be on his YouTube channel. So please. Thank you guys for listening to us. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you were open-minded enough to listen to what we were saying. If you didn't want to use it in any form or fashion, you were still open-minded. With that being said, have a blessed day. Gratitude for listening and be awesome. And that's it.
Peace. Peace.
Hey, you. Yes, you. So, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for coming to my page. So I would like for you to subscribe, and I also want you to watch the last video, and I hope that you enjoy everything on my channel. Thank you.